I have a question for you. What forms of Haki should each Straw Hat have? We know the types that Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, and Jinbei have, but what about the rest of the crew? What about any advanced applications of Haki? Have any of them shown any inclination toward any brand of Haki already? These are things I've been thinking about for years, and was hoping that by this point we'd have gotten some answers. Since we haven't, and we're seemingly closing in on the endgame of One Piece, I want to talk about Haki and what forms of it I think each crew member should specialize in, and how it could fit into their wheelhouse of abilities. I'll be saving the Straw Hats who can properly use Haki for the end of the video. Now let's get into it, starting with Nami. Nami's an interesting case, since I already believe she subconsciously uses observation Haki. While this detail isn't as prevalent these days, think back to East Blue and what made Nami such a special navigator. Nami's able to sense the distance, type, and severity of weather patterns coming up and find ways to get around them. She's also confirmed to be one of the smartest people to come out of the East Blue. For both of these reasons, but mostly because of her weather sensory capabilities, I believe that Nami would have and has already subconsciously been using observation Haki. How I could see this working as a power-up is Nami using her knowledge of weather patterns and weather phenomena that she and the crew have experienced in both Paradise and the New World, and replicate them with the final version of her climate attack in Zeus, creating an insane heat wave, rainstorm tsunamis, or creating cumulonimbus and pulling out attacks like Sasuke's Kirin from Naruto, or maybe even creating knock-up streams and warm eddies. Pretty much, if it's weather-based, Nami would be able to replicate it and adjust the severity of it. I'll also take this time to acknowledge the theory that the East Blue Straw Hats will acquire Conqueror's Haki. While I don't subscribe to this theory, I do think it's interesting, but right now I can only see Nami acquiring observation Haki. Though there are a few gags where she has done some stuff that you'd expect from a Conqueror's Haki user. The next one is Usopp. Usopp is the crew's sniper, and he's a damn good one at that. Unfortunately, he's constantly put on the front line of conflicts, like in Wano. When he's allowed to distance himself from his targets, however, we get Enies Lobby and Dressrosa level showings from him. By that, I mean he's able to support his friends from a distance. This one is easy, seeing as Usopp has already awakened observation Haki in Dressrosa, and it goes along with his role as the crew's sniper. Giving Usopp distance from the targets makes him way more useful than when he has to be up close with an opponent. However, I believe Usopp will also awaken Armament and Conqueror's Haki. I doubt that he'll get the advanced forms of Armament or Conquerors, but I think he'll at least get the basic forms of them. Armament will help him hit Logias, Special Paramecias, and Mythical Zone Devil Fruit users, who have a resistance to normal physical strikes, because as support, Usopp needs to be able to hit any opponent that comes his or his friend's way. As for Conqueror's Haki, Usopp has said on multiple occasions that he has it, and this is usually done by Oda when he's foreshadowing a future feat for Usopp, but I believe it also makes sense narratively. Usopp wants to impress the Giants and be seen as a warrior of the sea by them. It makes sense that one of the ways that he could prove that he is worthy of their attention and approval is him using Conqueror's Haki. Not using it to defeat a major opponent, but more in line with Luffy during Marineford, proving he has the disposition of a conqueror. This could also push him into leading the Giants into the final conflict, but maybe this is just me wanting Oda to focus on Usopp like I wanted him to focus on Zoro and Wano, or Frankie on Egghead, which didn't happen either of those times, but maybe we'll get something. The next one I'm going to talk about is Vivi. While Vivi isn't currently on the Thousand Sunny, she is still considered a crew member and is being set up to reunite with the Straw Hats soon, so I'm going to mention her. While it's unlikely she'll have conscious control over any brand of Haki, I could see her having observation in the same vein as Queen Otahime from Fishman Island, where she is more in tune with the emotions of others, as well as Conqueror's Haki. We know that Vivi has been in tune with the citizens of Alabasta, and was willing to risk her own life to solve the conflict of the nation. 2 years after that conflict, she's now become queen due to her father, King Cobra's death, and I see her living all the way up to those expectations, being an empathetic monarch, as well as one who has the will to protect her people at any cost. Also that middle initial, we know who you are, Vivi. Next up is Chopper. I won't lie to you, Chopper has disappointed me at every turn post time skip, so I could legitimately see him not getting any form of Haki. If he got it, it would probably be observation since he's a doctor, but a significantly more interesting idea would be if each form he takes specializes in either observation or armament. Brainpoint and his normal deer form being observation specialists, while his Kung Fu, Guard, and Horn Point specialize in armament, and his Monster Point being able to do both and possibly use the advanced applications of each. This is the most headcanon-y thing in this video, but I want Chopper to be more than a damn mascot. He used to be a mix of cute and cool, and now he's just cute. As for Robin, she should be able to do both armament and observation, specializing in armament since her fighting style's level of aggression is second only to Zoro's, and that's depending on who you ask. Her fighting style focuses on breaking people's limbs, necks, and spines. I think the conversation of adding Haki onto Robin's kit gets more interesting if you add on something like an awakening or her learning more fishman karate from Jinbei. Observation Haki, along with sprouting eyes, ears, and mouths everywhere, could make her really great at coordinating with other people. The real interesting part comes with her using armament alongside Demonio or her other giant limb abilities, alongside Fishman Karate, especially if it's callback techniques like what we've seen from Arlong Park or from Jinbei in Impel Down. These, along with armament becoming part of Robin's moveset, she would be a good match for someone like San Juan Wolf. Part of this is probably biased since Robin is my favorite Straw Hat, but she could be a good frontline or support. Now for Frankie. He's quite obviously a brawler and would obviously get armament, but this could be interesting since General Frankie is a part of Frankie when he's attached to it, so he could potentially coat parts of it in armament Haki when he's docked in it. There was also that panel during Egghead where people in the community were speculating if Frankie used armament, so that could be fun if that was the case. Now, I doubt that he'd get Haki or even use it if he had it, because he'd probably just prefer to make some technology that would bypass any weaknesses that he has. But General Frankie with armament Haki arms would be really cool. I don't think I need to elaborate on that. Now for Brooke. If I was being extra goofy, I'd say Brooke deserves Conqueror's Haki. This man was the first Straw Hat to battle a Yonko, talked his shit, and defeated one of Big Mom's homies that she made with her own soul, giving it to Nami for her power-up. He also got a poneglyph rubbing in the midst of this chaos. He then breaks the portrait of Mother Caramel when it was looking like an impossible task. He was also the captain of his own crew, the Rumbar Pirates, and endured 50 years of solitude in the Florian Triangle following their deaths. You know what? He deserves it. But he won't get it. But he definitely should get armament Haki, and the advanced form of it at that, as well as basic observation Haki to help him with recon. That'll give him more opportunities to clutch up for the crew. He is also the fastest on the crew without any special abilities like Luffy using Soru in second gear, or Luffy and Sanji using Cloud Walk to boost their speed. Yes, Sanji is also technically the fastest Straw Hat, but that's based off of him pushing his feet off the air to build up speed. Brooke is the fastest in a foot race. At least that's what Oda says, and I will be going by that until he says otherwise. Now, we have the characters who already have Haki. This is going to be a bit different since I don't think we'll be getting any changes in Jinbei or Luffy's capabilities aside from just getting stronger. I mean, Luffy has observation, armament, and conquerors, as well as the voice of all things and a mythical devil fruit. He might learn some new applications of Conqueror's Haki, but he's not learning another brand of Haki. He has all of them already. As for Jinbei, I don't think he needs to get Conqueror's Haki. I don't even think that's a conversation anybody's having. He's cool with observation and armament, and probably just give him the advanced forms of both and he'll be fine. The real focus for this is the two dumbasses that stay arguing and who always bring out the worst in this fandom. Sanji and Zoro. I say that like I don't have fun reading this shit. So first up is Sanji. Despite everything the community is doing right now, YouTubers making 10 videos each about how Sanji has to get Conqueror's Haki. I don't think he will, and from my understanding of this underdeveloped ability, I don't think he should. People point out all the parallels between Gyabon and Sanji being Wings of the Pirate King and the number 3, but forget the whole Sanji has a whole bag that Gyabon doesn't have aspect of it. The only reason people want him to have it is because Zoro has it, and it's dumb. People should want Sanji to develop more of his own skills through other means like his Germa enhancements. The dude keeps up with Zoro without having to do anything. Meanwhile, Zoro had to train his whole life. There's only so far bullshit power-ups should go. I'd rather see Sanji tap into his invisibility again or use that to do what he used to be known for, working in the background and clutching for the team. Just because Zoro has Conquerors doesn't mean Sanji needs it too. Nothing in Sanji's character even indicates that he should get it the same way Luffy or Zoro do. Luffy and Zoro's dreams require them to stand at the top of the world. Sanji's dream doesn't require that. Sure, his dream of finding the All Blue might be related to the One Piece in some way, but he doesn't know that, and he's not striving to be the best in the world at anything. Now, if he gets it, I will think it's stupid, but I'm not going to throw a fit over it. But I will at least acknowledge the possibility of it happening. The Haki power-ups I'd rather see Sanji get are either Future Sight or an advanced form of observation unique to him that doesn't lead to his shitty gag of being a pervert. It's annoying and I hate it. As for Zoro, he just needs to be conscious of his usage of Conqueror's Haki. Apparently since Wano he has been using it and didn't even know what he was doing, and was unconsciously doing something that Luffy had to nearly die to be capable of doing. And he keeps using it without knowing it. Apparently, he's so naturally gifted at using it that he leaks Conqueror's Haki and didn't know it. Gyabon berating him into being more conscious of his usage of it was hopefully what gives him a boost, potentially also leading to him acquiring a black blade and being able to use basic Conquerors to knock out enemies. To close this out, I want to see the Straw Hats develop Haki. It's way past overdue, and it's to the point where sometimes I can't even take the long fights too seriously, because the Straw Hats without Haki are taking out enemies who have Haki. If every Vice Admiral has armament and observation, why doesn't a Yonko's crew have it as well? It makes no sense. That's about it from me. This video was supposed to be out almost a month ago, but the file got corrupted and then life started kicking my ass, so now I guess it's going up whatever it goes up now. Let me know if you agree, disagree, or just have something more that you'd like to add to this. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and check out another one. And if you enjoyed that one, please subscribe. I'd love to have you around. With that said, have a nice day, and I'll catch you in the next video. Take care.